excited to see who's gonna get ahead there. I'm so excited for the finals in Paris in January. But well, for now, let's jump into the games here in the group stage. Starting to the top right is our Terran player, the Spanish player for Current Gaming. It is LucifroN, of course, down a game against his opponent, down a game against his strong Protoss opponent, starting to the bottom left of the map, starting in blue for Team Startail is Parting.
And Parting taking an early lead in this series, just one game away of going to face his Protoss brother MC in the winners match to decide who gets out and gets that first place spot. Will we see a CC first again from LucifroN? I don't think that's likely, but it's entirely possible. Two games in a row though, it seems a little bit predictable.
Yeah, and we already have the SCV now on its way, the probe on its way, trying to get scouting information as fast as possible, and he will be able to sneak into the main base. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But as we speak, LucifroN is actually starting to queue up more SCVs, and this looks like he wants to go into a CC first once again.
This is a much faster scout this time for Parting, so he's going to be able to react a little bit better as well. And
I would feel a little bit uneasy if I'm LucifroN with this. You know, you don't expect the scout to be out that fast, and you look at this and you're like, okay, well, he kind of knows what I'm doing already. I have to be really careful here because he showed in the last game already that he's able to adapt to what I'm doing and playing this very flexible. So if I take too much of a risk, I might get punished for it again.
Oh wow, he's actually going to delay this command center, not only just by damaging the SCV, but just simply by blocking it initially. Now the probe's going to come and just wants to verify 100% that it's not double barracks, it's just a fast CC. Now he knows he's down to 5 hit points though, so he can't stick around any longer with that probe. He wants to be annoying, but
yeah, it's probably just going to wait until the shields are up again and then have a quick look at what exactly is going on. But of course there are no surprises here. And he adapts. He goes for Nexus first. He doesn't actually start with the gateway here. He realizes what's happening and he's like, okay, well, if you drop your expansion this early, I might as well just do the same.
Yeah, just a counter reaction there. Pretty normal, pretty safe. He goes up to verify, of course, the wall and wants to make sure you can see. If he's like, well, maybe he's gonna go double barracks. Maybe I can see that if he's not careful.
The one thing that he doesn't really know is the timing for the gas, and of course if there would have been a gap in the wall for LucifroN, the one thing that we would have seen is Parting entering the base again, sacrificing the probe if need be, and just having a quick look at when exactly LucifroN is going to drop the refinery. As it is, he doesn't know about it, but LucifroN already has gas.
Yeah, just one, and that's going to be the case for a little bit longer. Probably going to make 3 barracks before he even gets a second gas, just so he can get up that very important tech. The STEM research combat shields, of course, wants to have concussive shells, get all of those important techs, quote unquote, even though they don't feel very tech-like because they're such standard plays for Terran.
SCV for LucifroN now grants him a few scouting information, and it's just so important that you know what's going on. We've seen all these games in GSL, especially in the 3rd round of Code A, where a lot of players died because they did not have the right amount of information. They kind of played blind and expected their opponent to play a standard game, and then suddenly a quick change in the build order sealed their fate. So right now LucifroN has the information that he needs. He knows that there was an Nexus first for his opponent, that he will not have to deal with an early gateway aggression, that he can just get his second gas up as well. And there we have it, refinery coming up, a factory is being built on 2 barracks, didn't go into the 3rd. We have him also with a bunker at the front, just trying to play this a little bit more safe, a bit more standard, what you would expect here.
Yeah, this is going to be really fast medevacs actually, considering the situation with the fast factory he's made. So that's why, you know, it's so important for pros to try to scout for gas if they can. But in this case, with the play, put the CC first, he couldn't. Parting's gonna fast 3rd Nexus now.
Yeah, I'm going for a very, very early 3rd base here. And that, of course, that makes him a little bit vulnerable, you know?
I absolutely agree, and this is really scary, but actually he goes for Banshees rather than fast medevacs.
And that could be scary. I mean, this is like the fastest Banshees that you can get out of the build that LucifroN started.
Yeah.
We have him with the starport right at the tech lab, so he doesn't even lose any time switching those buildings around. And if you just look at the bottom left, we don't even have robotics just yet.
Yeah, if he goes for Cloak, which it looks like he's going to, this could do some serious damage. He's actually doing Parting style here. He's going up to potentially 8 gateways, and he's not going to have any detection whatsoever.
That's going to be really interesting. There's the cloak. And you know, it's going to be funny because we don't have cloak, so parting will not be able to do anything against the Banshee. And at the same time, this heavy gateway attack is going to be so powerful that it's very difficult for LucifroN to stop it. But the Terran player plays this so smart. He knows exactly that this is one of the things that could take him down, so he already drops the second bunker. Even he doesn't really have a reason for that. He didn't scout anything. He just is like, okay, I want to play this safe. I'm going into Banshees right
Yeah.
now. If you play with a very heavy gateway attack against me, I will need more than one bunker. And I think Parting is in trouble here, especially with the third base that hasn't even been scouted by LucifroN yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long Parting is going to wait too. Like, he needs to go ASAP if he really wants to make this work. He just doesn't know it. Both players a little bit playing in the dark here. But, you know, Parting should not be able to break all the way through with 2 Cloak Banshees on the map, killing his probes. The second one will actually probably just be rallied to defend. He's actually going to lose a lot of sentries here if the Banshee wants to take him down.
The big problem for Parting just is he can do damage with the gateway attack, but every unit that he loses will most likely not going to be replaced because there won't be any economy left, at least not if LucifroN focuses on the harvesters now.
He actually saw the Banshee and he's still going to go for the attack. He needs to pull probes away from this third base, but where is the Robo? He hasn't even shown Cloak yet. There's the Robo.
The Robo is just being started now, and Parting needs to be aggressive. Nice, sneaking the probes back in. That's really important here. But these Banshees are going to town, and there's the Cloak. The Banshee already with the 7 kills. The gateway attack for Parting is on its way, though.
Yeah, he's got those 2 bunkers you already talked about, though. A 3rd and 4th bunker going down now. This is so close. He actually can't wait for that pylon. He's got to go now. He drops down the force fields. They're pretty good here. He loses 1 zealot, but he will get the bunker. The Marines are trapped on the outside.
Not a lot of firepower here, warping in more Stalkers, and he needs them. At the same time, the Banshee at the bottom already with 16 kills, and that's what we talked about. Parting has to make every single unit count at the top right because he just can't replace them.
Yep. He's trying to pick off this depot. He's actually going to get a Marine potentially as well. He's being so patient here. He's got the opening. He knows exactly how to use it. His economy is severely affected by this, though. Now down to 34 probes versus 50 SCVs. The Observer is almost ready, and Parting is actually just going to walk home, maybe.
The Banshee died. He was able to kill the Banshee at the bottom. Finally, it ran out of energy, and now we have the second one coming in. The first one died with 21 kills, and now Banshee number 2 trying to retreat here. 9 kills on the Banshee, and here comes the Observer. This time, wow, actually able to get away with just 10 hit points, but spotted.
Yeah, he knows exactly where it is. All he has to do is actually leave 1 Stalker at home, and then he can deal with the Banshee.
Wolf. He killed 31, 32 harvesters in total. And look at LucifroN's position here. For him, that is beautiful.
He still has the Banshee Cloak to defend as well. I mean, that's not going to be a ton of DPS, but it makes it a little bit reluctant to attack for Parting.
Parting is a good army supply here with 44 against 40, but his economy is in a terrors now. This is just horrible. He is down to 42 harvesters against 54, and that doesn't even account for the mules that we have.
Banshee does get taken out here though, and this is the second scary wave here. Stim is done, but there are no combat shields. So nice, since you're actually zoning out not only the units from coming in, but also the units in the bunker. He's now trapped them in such a way you can actually pick them off where only half of LucifroN's army is fighting.
And Parting is doing a lot of damage here. Those stims that were forced did not do too much. The
Now the
force
SCVs
fields
are trapped out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is really the best engagement that Parting could hope for. The question is, can he really, does he have enough to push through?
It doesn't look like he has enough to push through. He's trading decently here. He evens up the harvester count with the triple pro production and chrono boost. He actually takes the lead at 47 to 46. Needs to take a better lead than that though if he wants to get ahead in economy.
But let's not forget that he has 3 bases. That's the one advantage that he has. And if we just have a quick look at the income, they are on a very even level here. Parting is in a much better spot than I thought he would be. I mean, he's still behind in this game, but with a third base, if LucifroN waits too long, Parting has a good shot at taking this after all. His problem is just his tech in general. We have him against a lot of Marauders now, and I'm not quite sure if he can stop this attack. He doesn't have charge, just starts it. He doesn't have immortals. The double forge goes down. But if you just look at the army supply, LucifroN is getting far ahead with 65 against 50.
Yeah, and he's not done. He's coming across. I don't think that Parting can really hold this unless he gets his units over there right now. His 3 zealots are a little bit exposed. He's got so many uses stim,
Force
combat shields, and
fields.
+1, and he needs those force shields. You're so right.
That's the only thing they can do, but only 3 sentries, and here we go. The first few force fields are decent, but not good enough. He doesn't really trap a lot here. And here comes LucifroN with the medivac support, with all these, units, firepower, even SCVs. GG. LucifroN forcing game 3.